This is my before and after video of putting the kip in my minifee neck. I'll link down at the bottom to the video of where how I actually do it. I just wanted to show you hers because she's one of my worst for doing the snappy neck. It's hard to get her to look anywhere other than directly up and down. She doesn't really keep any pose that well, and it's quite frustrating. So I'm not going to do the video of me putting it in because she's really tight, and it'll take forever and I'll get frustrated and probably swear a lot, so it's not really worth it. Just show you how tight she is. Right. I can just about pull it out, but I've always got to work with it and try not to chip away the neck as I'm doing it, so it'd be better if my attention was on that rather than doing the video. So I'm going to pause it now and then I'm going to go away and do it and show you how it works out. Okay. I'm about halfway through and I just thought I'd show you this. I'm using the bigger kip this time, so it doesn't quite fit. So what I've done is I've taken a little notch out of it, so it can push in all the way in without being seen. Otherwise there's like a little wrinkle. I've not done this before, it just seemed like a good idea, so it might not work, but I think the aim is that it all fit in there, and then as you're posing the doll you can't see the kip on the outside, so it's worth a go. It's easy to show than explain later if it does work, so that's what I've done. And now I've just got to reassemble her. That was about 4 minutes, so who knows how long it's going to take. Okay, so she's all back together again. It didn't take as long as I thought. It was maybe 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes to do it in total. It just takes a lot of fiddling. It's not very difficult, it's just really fiddly and quite very frustrating. So I'm going to put her back together. You can see that you can't see the kip because of that notch. I think with my other dolls it's been pretty bad. So you can see like a loop of it there. And it seems to have worked. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. She's loads better. It feels kind of stiff because it's gripping, but it's so much better than it was. So she can look all the way down now without it coming up, and all the way up, and everywhere in between. It's made a massive difference for not much effort really. It's made so much difference. The kips are really cheap. Again, I'll link at the bottom to my previous videos to show how I did it, and that's got links to where you can get them from. They're like 50 cents for a pack of 5 from Alice's collection, so it's not a lot, and you could put them in here if you wanted to restring and put a kip into the joints. You could do rather than hot suading it if you don't want to do that. But I find with minifee they don't necessarily need it. They hold the poses really well anyway. So okay, that's me, I'm done. Thank you for watching. A bit of an extra, I just had a sudden thought that something else I'm doing is I'm putting silicone wig caps on. That's these on most of my dolls now. They're really good. This wig fits properly. It's not too big for her, but sometimes I find when I'm moving her head, the wig just slides around, and it's quite loose. So if I'm doing a series of pictures where she moves her head, then often you'll find the parting moves between pictures, which can be quite frustrating. So one thing you can do is put a ring of hot glue around the inside of the wig, and that sort of gives it some extra grip. But I'm just going for these this time, and they just sit on the head, and they make the wig quite hard to put on, but once it's on it stays put. I'm not sure I'll be able to put the wig on while doing the video, so I might have to bring her behind the camera. So you get it on where you want it at the front and then drag it down because it's quite tough. I'm touching a face, I wouldn't normally do that when I'm putting wigs on, but it's quite awkward with my arms stretched around. So yeah, that's not the best position. I'd probably spend longer doing it, but it's tight on, and as I move ahead, it doesn't move with it. So it just means it's got more grip. It's not going to come off. She'll not lose it. Her wig parting won't move as I'm taking pictures. And it just means as I carry her around, it's less likely to slip off. And those are available from the places where you get the kips from, so I thought while I was doing that it'd be worth showing you that as well. Okay, now I really am done. Bye.